countdown to the World Cup finals is well and truly underway here on ESPN. Welcome to Buenos Aires as Diego Maradona's Argentina complete their rollercoaster ride to the World Cup finals, with this their last pre-tournament friendly against Canada at the historic setting of the Estadio Monumental. It was on this stage 32 years ago that Argentina lifted the first of their 2 World Cup crowns, but it's a venue and a nation which has seen the most compelling of dramas as they approach a 10th straight finals appearance. Argentina provoked months of heartache, feuds, cliffhangers, and barely believable twists in the storyline over the 2 years of qualifying. So much so, there was a severe danger that one of the world's greatest footballing powers would miss out at the top table for the first time since 1970. So we're pretty much all set to go. One or two big names missing for Argentina tonight. They finalised their 23-man squad a few days ago. Those who were involved in the Champions League final 2 days ago at the Bernabeu are rested this evening. Diego Milito and Walter Samuel of Inter Milan and Martin Demichelis of Bayern Munich. And there's also no Lionel Messi, who picked up a slight knee knock in training on Friday. So it will be the Canadians to get the game underway. It's the first ever clash between these two sides. Canada some 55 places behind their hosts in terms of the FIFA World Rankings. They've not been to a World Cup since Argentina last won it. And in truth, the North Americans have never been close to qualifying since. It's also a very special occasion in Argentina this week. It's the 200th anniversary of their May Revolution and the subsequent freedom from Spain. It's a period where the Argentinian flag is adorning every corner of the city, as it will do for the next 6 weeks or so. There's something of an atmosphere of a big fiesta right across this country, and over 65,000 fans here are at the centre of it in the capital this evening. As you can see from the delay with the ticker tape here, both teams eager to get the game underway. Players like Carlos Tevez will be wanting to make the most of the omissions of the likes of Messi and Milito to stake his claim for a spot in that man's team come the first match against Nigeria in just over 2 weeks' time. The man in charge is from Peru, Victor Hugo Rivera. He feels now the time has finally come to get this game underway. The story of Argentina over the past few years has been a tale of the unexpected. There's an ever-increasing expectation surrounding this team now. They're the 4th favourites to win the World Cup, behind Spain, Brazil and England, with odds of 8-1. They'll be hoping here to lay down a marker in front of their home fans before they go to Pretoria, and they're based in South Africa on Friday. Worth reminding some of the names who weren't picked in the final 23 by Maradona. The likes of Javier Zanetti and Esteban Cambiasso of Inter Milan. There's also no Juan Riquelme, who fell out with Maradona over the course of the qualifying campaign. And one or two who made the final 30 were subsequently omitted. And that's Ezequiel Lavezzi of Napoli, and Fabrizio Colaccini of Newcastle United. There's his clubmate, Jonás Gutiérrez, regular fixture on the right side of the midfield over the past few years for Argentina. So Gabriel Heinze at left back. This is the first of a double-header of friendlies for Canada. They go to Venezuela at the weekend. They've only travelled with 17 players. They're at the centre of a club versus country conundrum as the MLS season continues. Rob Friend, the Burley striker, plays his football in Germany with Borussia Mönchengladbach. Quite an array of players who play right across Europe. in this Canadian team. Only 5 of them ply their trade in North America. They've lived throughout Europe, from Lithuania to England, Turkey to Portugal. 1 or 2 new faces as well for their relatively new coach, Stephen Hart. So without Samuel and Di Michelis this evening, something of a reserve Argentina centre-back pairing. Gutierrez tussling away here. And the ball back for Argentina. And the first corner goes the way of the home side. And he is one of the most iconic and controversial figures in the history of the World Cup finals. No one polarizes football opinion quite like Diego Maradona. We want to put the events of the past 18 months or so firmly behind him now. Carlos Tevez waits just in front of the goalkeeper here. There's the corner in towards that near post area. His friend who can try and clear. Good blocking tackle by Higuaín. And it'll be a corner again here. This time won by Maxi Rodriguez. So early pressure, as you'd expect here from Argentina. Heinze waiting. Just too high for him. Rodriguez once more. And Kander can try and counter. First involvement for Daniel Imhoff. And Julian de Guzman. Good sliding, typical tackle from Javier Mascherano. He was given the armband in one of the first acts of Maradona when he arrived in charge in October of 2008. Placing the experienced figure of Alfredo Basile, who won only 4 of the opening 9 qualifiers. Concern here that it took a very well-timed tackle from Nicolás Burdisso to turn the ball behind for the corner. The red shirts there forward in a very presentable area. Andre Hainault of the Houston Dynamo, one of those players who will move forward here. So too Josh Simpson. Lots of tussling and pushing and shoving going on. Decent header away there. And as far as Ledgerwood. The Canadian throw. Clemente Rodriguez was the man who was tussling away a few seconds ago there. He seems to be the centre-back this evening alongside Burdisso, with Gabriel Heinze at left-back. There are plenty of versatile players in this setup for Diego Maradona. The likes of Heinze, who could fill in central defence if required in the World Cup finals. Gutierrez back to his feet now. His friend, neatly went back there for Argentina. 3 forward, it's Ángel Di María, the man from Benfica. Gonzalo Higuaín. Decent early ball inside here towards Di María again. Plenty of pace about the Argentina counter-attack. Now Gutierrez, all the way around the outside in towards Higuaín here. And a good gather from the goalkeeper there, good brave keeping. Pat Onstad, who went down, the 42-year-old. And tonight becomes the most capped goalkeeper in the history of Canadian football. Moves beyond the record that was previously held by Craig Forrest, formerly at Ipswich and West Ham United. This is Will Johnson, attacking midfielder, the counter. Again, allowed to drive on here, Argentina. Carlos Tevez, first real involvement so far. Gets the ball square, and behind for Argentina's 3rd corner. By the head of Paul Stalteri, the captain. And plenty of enterprise and bustle there from Carlos Tevez, and he come to expect. The left foot of Angel Di Maria with the corner. 6 to aim for in the centre. It's a deep one. It's back in with the overhead. And wide in the end. From Sergio Aguero. See there one or two of the faces on the bench here for Argentina tonight. See that on the left of your shot, Juan Sebastian Veron, who's come back to the fore in terms of the national side since moving back to Argentina after a torrid few years in European football. Pretty open start here so far. Again, with his friend who was pulling away. Gutiérrez to the defending. First involvement for Sergio Romero, the Argentinian goalkeeper. Don't have too much experience in the goalkeeping area, Argentina. Only 12 caps before tonight between the 3 members of the squad in terms of that area. Mariano, Andújar and Diego Pozzo are the reserve keepers. Romero wins just his 6th cap here. Still just 23 years of age. One of the real features of the chopping and changing in Maradona over the course of the qualifying campaign is the fact he's used 6 different goalkeepers in the past 12 months. 38 different players in all in his 8 qualifying games in charge. Here's one of them. Gutiérrez down his right flank again. And Johnson was covering. Wide from Mascherano. Good play by Di Maria. Heinze has gone to ground. There's Gabriel Heinze, formerly of Manchester United, now plays his football in Marseille. Helped them to the Ligue 1 title last season. Inside the opening 10 minutes, another set-piece chance here for the hosts. Higuaín looking lively. There's a decent ball in towards him. Couldn't quite get the right purchase on the header. Nicolás Otamendi, the right back, had gone forward as well. And he's set for his first taste of World Cup finals football. Here's Mascherano. And every minute in 2006 when Argentina went all the way to the quarter-finals before losing to Germany on spot kicks. A tackle there by Aguero. Gutiérrez dialing in. Now becoming the left-back Kukowski. Gutiérrez goes to ground. Another Argentina free kick. Long way from goal here. 7 to aim for though. Again, Pat Onstad, the veteran keeper, called into action. They scored too many goals, Argentina, in qualifying. Just 23 in their 18 matches. The Canadian bench, and in the centre is Stephen Hart, the man who took over only back in December. He was the interim coach before that, but now in charge on a full-time basis. It's obviously something of an experimental Canadian team this evening, because of all the players who weren't allowed to leave their MLS clubs. Tevez and Mascherano. It's Pastore. Mascherano. For Gutierrez, Tevez in support. But Argentina will be in Group B of the World Cup finals. They open in just over 2 weeks' time. Fourth match of the World Cup on June the 12th against Nigeria in Johannesburg. Also paired up with Korea and Greece. So it would appear to be a favourable draw on paper. And also their last 16 opponents will come from Group A, which is the one which houses France, South Africa, Uruguay and Mexico. Decent chance of Maradona to at least get his team towards the quarter-finals. Not been beyond that point since they last reached the final back in 1990. Lovely ball wide here. Bukowski with the block. Argentina's fourth corner inside the opening 13.5 minutes. Maxi Rodriguez is the man who will take it. This time away by Andre Heinze. Aguero. Gutierrez. Mascherano. Now Heinze. He's on the retreat. Gets the cross in deep though. And it was Aguero. They couldn't quite meet it in time. 7 goals so far for his country. Late arrival for this party. He played in the Spanish Cup final last Wednesday. Only 7 goals so far for Aguero in the national colours. There is something of a theme amongst the striking options. 2 of the players who have excelled in club football, not taking that form onto the international stage. Here's Rodriguez, neatly away from the right back here, still turning on, still Terry back with him. And it's off the veteran captain for yet another corner. It's just a start the effervescent coach would have been looking for here. Aguero comes short. Lovely footwork. Might have been tugged there as well. And the referee gives the free kick right on the edge here. And that must have been mighty close. Well, there was a clear pull. And you can see Maradona venting his frustrations towards the fourth official. It was a beautifully worked short corner. And we'll see it again here. Aguero turning back inside. Got away from Stolteri initially, and then that left arm comes across, and the referee, to be fair, has got that spot on. The tug was just outside. And either way, a free kick here in a very dangerous area. It's Rodriguez! Argentina lead! It's the goal they firmly deserve. They've made a wonderful start. And the team who toiled through qualifying have got themselves in front. Well, Maxi Rodriguez of Liverpool scores his 11th goal for Argentina on the night of his 36th cap. He scored that wonderful goal 4 years ago against Mexico, one of the goals of that World Cup. This one here from the set piece, it went through a whole posse of players. And 1 or 2 Canadians on the goal line couldn't keep it out. It's been a tale so far of Argentine set plays, and it's one here which brings about the opening goal. Onstad was floundering, and Argentina lead. Rodriguez actually scored 3 goals in his 5 games in Germany 4 years ago. Maybe now not quite the same player he was then. Scored just the one goal in his 17 games since moving to Liverpool in the January transfer window. Taking his chance here this evening. And now Argentina come again with Tevez driving on. And again the referee blows the whistle. And it'll be the first yellow card here. Canadians content to dive in. It was only a matter of time. The first caution was coming. Even to Richard Hastings. Tevez here was so strong with that wonderful low centre of gravity, rushing off the tackles, and eventually it was just one too far there. He spent last season in Scotland with Hamilton. He's the first man in the book. So Rodriguez once again here, perhaps. It was the left foot from Heinze. Here's Di Maria. Heinze again. Never shy to advance from left back. Di Maria. It's Aguero. Yet another corner. And this blistering start continues. Di Maria over on the left flank. Aguero waits. Yeah, just too deep from Di Maria. One of the real shining lights of the Benfica team, which won the Portuguese title for the first time in 5 seasons. One of those as well who, should they have a good World Cup, might well be moving in the summer transfer window. Lots of interest over the past few months for him, particularly from Liverpool in England. Two big names right across Europe, casting an eye over him. Heinze. Gutiérrez. Seems to have a free roll here so far. Playing left side, then right side. Played up by Rodriguez. Aguero. Here's Gutiérrez. By Otamendi. Maradona set to become the 4th Argentine to appear at the World Cup finals as a coach and as a player. The last being Daniel Pasarella. He was part of their winning team back in 1978 and then coached the team to quarter-finals in 1998. And Lincoln Kanda with their first foray forward. Good square by Dwayne De Rosario, kept alive by Will Johnson. Here's Kukowski. Commanding header clear by Burdisso. Now Higuaín. Holding off the first challenge well. Rodriguez and Tevez to his left side. Here's Di Maria. Tevez. Tevez has just 1 goal in his last 3 years in international football. Only 8 goals in his 51 caps so far. He played 12 times in the qualifying campaign and gained more red cards than goals. Sent off twice and only 1 goal to his name against Venezuela last March. Here he is once again. Di Maria to his left. Back towards Carlos Tevez. Aguero is behind him. Tevez lost his footing in the vital second. Here's Di Rosario. Given away by Kukowski. To Gutiérrez. Javier Pastore, the man who plays with Palermo in Serie A. He just missed out on playing Champions League football next year, just like Tevez with Manchester City. Is Otamendi. Mascherano. Tevez with a layoff. Now Heinze. Halfway through the first half. Still the one goal from Maxi. Rodriguez divides the sides. Foul there on Rob Friend. It is a showpiece occasion this for Canada. No doubt about that. Many of their players feeling here that they've just got respect really to play for as they try and put themselves on the footballing map. Rob Friend scored in their last showpiece friendly when they lost by the odd goal in 5 against Brazil a couple of years back. That was in Seattle, so very contrasting surroundings at this stage here this evening. Here come the Canadians once again with Josh Simpson. Frustration there for Stephen Hart, the coach of Canada. Simpson found himself in a very good area, just overhit the ball in. Some of you may recall Simpson had 2 years with Millwall between 2004 and 2006. He now plays in Turkey with Mansaspor. Canada go from here to play Venezuela at the weekend, where they'll have 1 or 2 new additions to the squad. There's 2 players who will join them from English football. Hereford United. There is Gabby McCallum, and from Shrewsbury Town, Terry Dunfield. Here's Pastore. Lovely ball that wide for Heinze. Di Maria. Lots of rotation between those down the left flank. And the ambitions from Javier Mascherano. The real midfield cog. Diego Maradona. Approaching 60 caps now for his country. Still just 25 years of age. The future might be unclear with Liverpool. No secret of his desire to play with Barcelona at some stage. Here's Di Maria. He turned away from the first challenge. Pastore. Di Maria once more. There's Otamendi. Argentina were 4th in the South American qualifying section. Ended 4 points ahead of Uruguay, who beat Costa Rica in the playoffs to book their place in the finals. It was only wins in their final 2 games which saw Argentina automatically in the World Cup. A dramatic win here against Peru. Stoppage time goal from the veteran Martin Palermo. And a 1-0 win away in Uruguay and Montevideo, who secure their spot. Some very low points over that period. A heavy 6-1 defeat in Bolivia in April of last year. Biggest loss for well over 50 years. Also lost against Chile for the first time in over 30 years. There were some embarrassing times for Maradona on the pitch and off the pitch. His rant at journalists a few months ago. He had that 2-month suspension from FIFA following that. He is the cheerleader-in-chief of this Argentina team. Very charismatic. Full of gesticulations on the near side. Well marshalled there by Stalteri was Gonzalo Higuaín. He was the man who provoked much of the media angst really around Maradona. Wasn't picked until the final 2 games of the qualifying period. Scored a vital goal, the first goal in the match I mentioned a moment ago against Peru. Di Maria. Here's Pastore. He was fouled by Stalteri. Referee said no. Stalteri, formerly of Spurs and Fulham. Playing again with Borussia Mönchengladbach. Winning his 80th cap tonight. Second most caps created of all time. Just 2 behind Randy Samuel now. In his debut all the way back in 1997. Neat idea there from Di Maria. Might come towards Tevez here. It's Carlos Tevez. Big chance here for 2-0. Maybe one touch too far. Allowed those red shirts to swarm back around him. And it was lovely build-up play from Di Maria and Carlos Tevez. Here's Di Maria's corner. On by Pastore, almost came to Burdisso. Here's Higuaín. Mascherano. Jonás Gutiérrez. Higuaín once again. Gutiérrez wanted the return. It's into Tevez, who turns well here. And just went to ground. Still full of endeavour, Carlos Tevez. Digs out the cross. Di Rosario can clear, not too far. Di Maria with the volley. And frantic defending here from the away side. Wonder there for a moment whether Carlos Tevez was slightly too honest in staying on his feet and trying to keep the play alive here. Desperate to try and maintain control of the ball. Here's the corner meantime. Altstadt let it go. The whistle did go for the free kick. That was the beautiful pass inside there from Di Maria. Slight stop the defender. And the 1-2 between Higuaín and Tevez there, who might have pulled the trigger with his right foot. Trying to go towards his left, and the chance passed him by. Almost half an hour gone. Argentina's lead stays at just the 1 so far. Here's Tarkowski. Holding off Rodriguez, who scored that goal. Simpson with the throw. Higuaín. Whistles up here. I think given for handball by the assistant against Higuaín. See it again here. Was it the chest or was it the right arm? Was just about the arm. Good spot. A fabulous year with Real Madrid in La Liga. Higuaín scoring 27 league goals, one ahead of Cristiano Ronaldo, his teammate. She turned down the chance to play for France 4 years ago. Going for the youth system here in Buenos Aires with River Plate, who played their home football at this venue. Hosted 9 games in the World Cup finals of 1978. In the opening game, a goalless draw between West Germany and Poland. Right through to the final when Mario Kempes scored 2 for Argentina when they overcame the Dutch after extra time. Stalteri with the throw. Back went Di Maria. Ball here for Higuaín. Got the pace to beat the first man. Desperate defending, but here's Gutiérrez taking over Argentina. It's Rodriguez, it's 2-0. A wonderfully swift counter. He scores his second. His coach is a happy man as well, because that was flowing football at its very best. The pass from Di Maria, the pace of Higuaín, and the persistence there of Maxi Rodriguez, who arrived late in the day and stopped the ball beyond Pat Onstad. Marcanda caught out here, pushing too many men forward. You see the desperate lunge coming in from Heinze, but eventually it fell the way of Tevez, who got the ball square. And Rodriguez was there, arriving up with play. Well fed by Tevez, very unselfish. And a very good assured finish. And he's now at 12 goals for Argentina. Maxi Rodriguez, a 2-goal cushion, feels about right here so far. All about that surge of pace and momentum which came about from Higuaín. Just breezed past the first challenge. Yes, it was poor in defending. And Argentina superbly ruthless. By Burdisso. Again, Higuaín challenging. And again with the beating of Heinze. Full square. Going to a red shirt. Rare occasion there where Argentina were short numbers going forward. Lionel Messi watching on from the sidelines for this one. He did pick up a knee injury in training on Friday after an altercation with Javier Mascherano. I think more a precaution than anything serious for Messi. He scored a goal in the 2006 World Cup in that 6-0 thumping of Serbia and Montenegro. Then we saw that wonder goal from Esteban Cambiasso. He will be set to be one of the iconic figures of South Africa 2010. Minutes to half-time. Gutiérrez for Argentina. Higuaín. Gutiérrez. And Mascherano. So Dainty is slightly wide there. And Rosario the sniff. Now will have to be quick to get back. He's helped out by Otamendi. Oh, there's Tevez back there as well, aiding his defensive colleagues. Otamendi again. One of the less household names in the Argentine squad. Plays his football in Argentina with Vélez Sarsfield. Regular right back when Argentina do have both Samuel and Di Michelis, their regular defensive pairing at their disposal. Still just 22 years of age, far more defensive minded than Heinze. He plays in that left flank. And it's Gutiérrez. Regained the ball for Argentina. Went with a right-footed cross. It came off the first defender, who was Johnson. Searching for friend here. Big brave header by Burdisso. There goes Tevez. Headed by Heinze. Here's Stalteri. And Rosario. Look at Tevez here with that fabulous work rate once again. An ensuing ovation. And Tevez maybe starting late there. Here's Di Maria bursting on. Oh, what a wonderful goal! Angel Di Maria with a fantastic strike for Argentina. That was sublime. It's his first goal for his country. And a moment to savour. And a moment Mariano himself might have been proud of. Watching on there with absolute delight. Outside of the left foot to perfection. The man from Benfica picking the ball up and driving on. And that was just special. Not closed down, but so much still to do. And there was not a chance whatsoever for Pat Onstad in the Canadian goal. One thought in the mind. And Argentina lead by 3-0. Well, his stock has been rising throughout the campaign with Benfica. Only 5 goals in the Portuguese domestic league this year. Seen as a more creative figure. That was wonderful technique from Di Maria. Still just 22 years of age. And a real star of the Europa League as well. Some great displays you might have seen with us on ESPN against Everton in particular. Part of that side which tore Everton to pieces that night at the Estadio Deluxe. There's very much one-way traffic in this first half in Buenos Aires. Heinze. Rodriguez scored the first 2 goals. And Gutiérrez. Burdisso. Otamendi. Di Maria. He'll have the bit between his teeth now. Confidence will be oozing from him. Mascherano. Typical ball on from him towards Tevez. Again, Di Maria tussling away. Didn't quite fall the way of Rodriguez. And now Canada can clear their lines with Will Johnson. Up to Fred. Tried the first time layout, but guess who was there? Mascherano to cover. Gutierrez. Back onto his left foot. Still twisting and turning. Picks out Mascherano. Heinze comes forward. Here's Higuaín. Lovely turn, and again, Higuaín! Side netting. Well, it would have been spectacular yet again. 2 turns there, which were both sublime to look at. And you must remember here the caveat that Argentina are playing against Canada, but they are playing some superb stuff. Reminding Canada are ranked 5th in the CONCACAF region, behind the USA and Mexico, who are both in the world top 20. USA who are 14th and Mexico who are 17th, but they're also behind Honduras and Costa Rica. Just gives you an indication there of how low the Canada find themselves now. They were down in 103rd place 3 years ago. They were bottom of their qualifying group for the 2010 World Cup, just 2 points in their 6 games. And they've been on the rack here so far. Hainel for Canada. Vukovski. Tough one to control. Closed down now by Tevez. How many changes Diego Maradona might make at half-time here. And he has his whole 23 squad at his disposal, apart from those who are involved at the weekend in the Champions League final. And apart from Lionel Messi, who's sitting this one out. Pastore. Otamendi. Mascherano. Tevez holds the ball up nicely, feeds Gutierrez. Still Tevez. That seems to be the only way here to get him down is to foul him. As Tevez is playing superbly well so far. And their forwards are all fit and available, Argentina. They have a wealth of talent. I think this evening they're playing with Higuaín and Tevez. There's no Milito, no Messi. Also have in the squad Martin Palermo of Boca Juniors, who's had a terrific year, and Sergio Aguero, Atletico Madrid. If you were to put Samuel and Demichelis back into the back line, there aren't too many weak links in this Argentina team. And a clear foul there from Josh Simpson. And a painful one as well. And Maxi Rodriguez, who stayed down here, seemingly in some pain. Second play in the book for Canada. Approach first half stoppage time. The Argentinian coaching setup here will not be wanting to see this injury for Rodriguez, who had an excellent first half in this game. Scored the 2 goals, the 1 free kick and the 1 goal on the counter. And it's been otherwise just the first half that Maradona would have been hoping to see. Free-flowing, enterprising football from his side here. Might well be forced into the first change during the interval. So there goes the half-time whistle here in Buenos Aires at the Estadio Monumental. And a perfect first half ready for Argentina. 2 goals for Maxi Rodriguez, 1 free kick, 1 on a wonderful counter-attack from the home side, and the third, a great goal, a moment of brilliance from Angel Di Maria. His first goal for his country, and at half-time here, it's Argentina 3, Canada 0. Welcome back to Buenos Aires, and the final match in Argentina's build-up to the 2010 World Cup in South Africa here on ESPN. At the start of this second half, Argentina lead Canada 3-0. 2 goals from Maxi Rodriguez and 1 from Angel Di Maria in that first half. 1 change at the interval though for Argentina, and Rodriguez has gone off. He picked up a slight knock towards the end of the first period, and he's been replaced by the veteran Juan Sebastian Veron. Confirmation of that change on the bottom of your picture there. And Argentina's World Cup begins against Nigeria in Johannesburg's Soccer City on June the 12th. South Korea and Greece provide their other 2 opponents in Group B. They will head to their base in Pretoria on Friday, and they will go there in confident mood if the goals and the chances continue to flow here for them this evening. Here's Javier Mascherano, the Argentinian captain. Jonás Gutiérrez running through the Argentinian side in full this evening. Sergio Romero, the goalkeeper. A back 4 of Gutierrez at right back. Nicolás Burdisso and Nicolás Otamendi, the centre-back pairing with Gabriel Heinze at left back. And in midfield, it's Javier Mascherano, Javier Pastore, Angel Di Maria, and now this man of Veron with Carlos Tevez and Gonzalo Higuaín in attack. Veron will push back into that slightly more defensive midfield role alongside Mascherano and allow Javier Pastore to push on. Here's Gutiérrez of Newcastle. And a play for the throw. Remember, the Canadian team is something of a makeshift squad this evening. Only 17 players picked by Stephen Hart, their relatively new coach. They're at the centre of a club against country row, and they have one more friendly coming up at the weekend against Venezuela. Stinked on here towards Carlos Tevez, stabbed away by Andrew Heinze. To Richard Hastings. Pass was just behind Dwayne De Romario. Simpson. And Krakowski. Back onto his right foot. Comes off the head of Otamendi. Heinze and Di Maria between them will keep the ball alive here. They were a constant thorn in the Canadian right-back area. Heinze, who needs no second chance to get forward and support Di Maria. And Di Maria, who scored that fantastic third goal for Argentina, his first goal for his country. Just past the half-an-hour point in the first half. Short back pass there in towards Higuaín. And that was a big chance there for the fourth for Argentina. And Higuaín is fully aware of that. Lax defending by Hastings. And he was very fortunate that Pat Onstad, the veteran goalkeeper, 42 years of age, was there to come and gather. And Argentina heading for their 15th World Cup finals. Only Brazil, Italy and Germany have been at that stage more often. They're bidding to win the event outright for the first time since they were inspired by their current coach, Diego Maradona, back in 1986 in Mexico. This is Di Rosario. Heinze with the tackle. Kanda with the throw. Taken quickly. Back for Hastings. Di Rosario once again. And Rob Friend is the only out-and-out striker in the Canada team tonight. And he plays in the Bundesliga with Borussia Mönchengladbach. Actually now the 8th match in charge for Stephen Hart, added to his interim spell just before he became the permanent coach back in December. Before this evening he'd lost his last 4 against Honduras, Macedonia and Poland. And also that defeat they had against Jamaica in their last friendly match. That was back in January. It's a much changed Canada squad for this one. We've seen there perhaps 1 or 2 further changes coming up for Argentina in the not too distant future. Imhoff with the free kick. Easily mopped up by Mascherano. Here's Pastore. Pedro Pacheco on the right side there is a potential new cap for Canada tonight. Here's Di Maria. Blocked by the veteran head of Paul Stalteri. Here's Di Rosario. Ain't his tackle. Cleanly won for Argentina. Tevez peeling away to the left-hand side here. Up against Stalteri now. Still Tevez, another fine run from him. Heinze with the block. But Tevez yet again turning on the style. And his team have picked up from where they left off before the half-time whistle. Di Maria with the Argentina corner. Played in with plenty of fizz and whip. Krakowski, and as far as Veron. Di Maria can try again. Another dangerous ball. This time Heinze away. Headed back towards goal and just tipped over by Onstad. And he was backtracking there furiously. And got that right hand up in time to turn the ball behind. And he had 2 years with Dundee United back in the late 90s. without ever playing a senior game. He's been around a bit. In by Veron, in towards Pastore, very tight and congested. Almost fell the way of Otamendi. Here's Gutierrez. Now Higuaín with 4 to pick. Tevez had pulled away, but he was spotted by Heinze. Gutierrez going in along with Josh Simpson. He was one of 2 Canadians cautioned in the first half, the other being Nicolás Ledgerwood. Driven wide by Veron for Di Maria. And in comes Stalteri. Yet another Argentine corner. Burdisso of Roma, one of those to advance here. Not the best ball from Di Maria. Veron. Higuaín, plenty to pick out. Straight at the goalkeeper in the end, it's missed by Simpson. Higuaín can try once more. Lovely footwork past the first 2 challenges. The rebound favours Gutierrez. Veron, heavy first touch. It's been a real second wind to the career of Juan Sebastian Veron. He was named the 2008 South American Player of the Year. He's now 35 years of age. This is his 70th cap tonight. Now plays for Estudiantes, who he helped to win the Copa Libertadores a couple of years back. Here's Di Maria. Heavy touch with Carlos Tevez, and you can see the frustration etched across his face there. He scored 1 goal in his 4 games at the last World Cup. 29 goals last year for Manchester City in English football. A superb domestic season, but he'll want to improve on his disappointing recent international record. Said in the first half, his last goal came here against Venezuela in March of last year. It's part of a qualifying campaign which saw Argentina win their first 3 games without conceding a goal. Then they won only 1 of their next 5, drawing 4 of those games. I mentioned the low points, the defeats against Chile and Bolivia. Here's Di Maria, first time ball in. And Pastore was coming in late from midfield. But just too much loft from the cross from the man from Benfica. He's attracting quite a lot of interest now around Europe. And there's a €40 million release fee in his contract. Contract which is until 2013 with Benfica, so it would take quite some bit to prize him away from Jorge Jesus' side. And here's the first change for Kanda, and Jane Peters is the man who comes on, and he's on in place of Nick Ledgerwood. Peters, the man of Ipswich Town, grade and descent rather. Recent loan stints with Yeovil and Gillingham. Here's Imhoff, linking with De Rosario, led by Gutierrez. Higuaín. Whistle went there against Higuaín. Seemed to be a harsh call from the Peruvian official. So more changes coming up here from Diego Maradona. Clemente Rodriguez, the left back, is one of them, and so too perhaps Mario Bellatti. His friend tussling away, finding Simpson. De Rosario, nicked away by Pastore, giving away to Paul Stalteri. 4 to pick out here. Good run by Stalteri. And a good tackle by Heinze. And there to cover is María. Here's Pastore. Plenty of space to move into. Searching towards Higuaín. It's a lovely first-time ball. Higuaín back onto his left. He wasn't too far away there. It was a beautiful first-time ball forward towards Higuaín. He had the composure to come inside, back onto his left foot. Just leant back slightly, and it was always arcing high and wide of the upright. And that's one or two decent chances now that have gone begging from Higuaín. Remember, with no Lionel Messi this evening because of a knee knock, and no Gabriel Milito because of his involvement in the Champions League final. Big chance for both Tevez and for Higuaín to stake their claim for that regular spot in the starting lineup. Here's Veron. Pastore. Gutiérrez. He's done well at right back this evening, but in truth never really tested going backwards. Remember Argentina this evening, who are without both Walter Samuel and Martin Demichelis, their regular defensive duo. So a slight rejig there. Here's Higuaín. Again, that turn of pace towards the byline. Just overran the ball. Time now then for these changes from Diego Maradona, and it's the captain, Javier Mascherano, who is the man who will make way first of all. Mario Ballatti comes on in his place, the man who scored the vital goal away in Uruguay in the last match of the qualifying campaign, which booked their spot in the World Cup finals. His only goal so far for his country. The man from Fiorentina. And a straight swap here at left back with Gabriel Heinze, replaced by Clemente Rodriguez. Friend Picanda. Towards Peters. Rodriguez was straight back in the action. Here's Veron. Rodriguez like Veron, a player who plays now with the Estudiantes. 28-year-old, his 12th cap tonight. Does actually prefer his right foot, but tends to deputise for Heinze at left back. Higuaín again with the pace here. Wonderful pace. Higuaín! He's a speed merchant. But again, the lack of a finish letting him down there. Just dinked on by Di Maria. And for all the world here, it seemed as though the Canadian centre-back pair would mop that up quite comfortably. It's a combination of the great pace of Higuaín and also the slow defending of Kanda. Simpson. Kwiatkowski. Simpson once again. On goes Kwiatkowski. Lovely defending by Nicolás Burdisso. Very composed and assured. Veron. By Pastore, who's been a very busy figure in the midfield so far this evening for Argentina. Tevez, likewise in the attack. He was fouled there by Kukowski. It'll only be a throw. And the great noise and great scenes here inside the Estadio Monumental. This fixture taking place in the week of Argentina's bicentennial celebrations. 200-year anniversary of their May Revolution, which led to their eventual freedom from Spain. And even the coach joining in the party. He's insisted his players must play for the shirt. He's a very emotive coach is Maradona. At times he's been much maligned by the press for some of his lack of tactical nous, his overemphasis on offensive play. It does make Argentina a joy to watch. And here's Higuaín. This time for Tevez, it's 4. The front duo combine. And Higuaín, who missed 1 or 2 clear chances himself, this time feeds Carlos Tevez, who scores only his 9th goal for Argentina, only his 2nd in 3 years, and his 1st since last March. A real boost for him. Higuaín the provider, Tevez the scorer. And Argentina are running riot here in their final warm-up game. But again, it's really poor defending. This time Heinze turning into trouble. 3 players in blue and white swarming around him. Just didn't clear his lines at all. Higuaín unselfish, and the simplest of tasks for Carlos Tevez. Scored once at the last World Cup finals in his 4 games in Germany. Here's a chance for a friend meantime. And for the first time tonight, Sergio Romero called into action. The RZ goalkeeper. Tevez, who scored in the 6-goal demolition of Serbia and Montenegro back in Gelsenkirchen 4 years ago. That great year in England, scoring 29 goals with City. On the score sheet here tonight, and with plenty of time to add to his tally. Here's Veron. Bolatti. Veron again, touched in by Higuaín. This is Dwayne de Rosario. He's one of the star names in the Canadian international setup. Haven't seen too much from him so far tonight, but good run here, good control as well. Friend in the centre, Tosu Simpson. Final ball, lacking any real quality. Like a change imminent here for Argentina. And Martin Palermo is the man who will come on. And he was dubbed the miracle maker when he scored that stoppage time goal against Peru in the penultimate qualifier here back in October. Something of a surprise selection in the final 23 by Maradona. Set to play in his first World Cup finals at the age of 36. Before that, Rob Friend comes off for Argentina, for Canada rather, and he's replaced by Simeon Jackson, the man from Gillingham. Gillingham team who've just gone down from League One to League Two in the English ladder. Gillingham's top scorer last season. María. Higuaín. Free kick Argentina. Higuaín was fouled. So we'll wait for the change. Play continues here with Higuaín. And now Tevez. Might be the man to make way for Palermo. Sure it'll be either he or Higuaín. They both worked tirelessly for the first 3/4 of this game tonight. Here's Burdisso. Tarkowski. Imhoff. Will Johnson. Made off by Simpson. Simeon Jackson now, very different sort of striker to lead the line for Kanda. Much more short and nimble and quick on the turn. And here's Martin Palermo then. A 36-year-old. He's scored 8 goals, his 13 caps so far for Argentina. And it will be Gonzalo Higuaín who will go off. No goal for him tonight, but 1 assist. He could have found a score sheet on several occasions. A couple of big chances missed by him. And a good all-round showing from the man from Real Madrid. Palermo, who played only 75 minutes of the qualifying campaign. What a huge impact he had with that winner against Peru to sustain Argentina's challenge for a spot in the World Cup. A warm embrace from coach, the number 9. So 4 changes so far for Argentina. They have 4 goals. Kanda with their second corner. Won away by Burdisso. On by Pastore. Di Maria. Here's Tevez. Stalteri just nipped in there in the nick of time. Another break with purpose though there. They do have great pace coming forward, Argentina. Here's Johnson. Made wide for Simpson. Advantage played by the referee. Not too much space here, but Simeon Jackson was lurking just in front of Romero. And couldn't get himself on the end of the pass. Simeon Jackson was the 2009 Canadian Player of the Year. Mentioned he was the top scorer for Gillingham last season with 17 goals. He actually had a huge miss away at Wickham on the final day of the campaign. And if he'd have scored, it might have been survival for Gillingham. As it was, down they went. And now the big ovation here at El Monumental, this time for Carlos Tevez, who scored a rare international goal tonight. And he gets the grand ovation to mark it. Sergio Aguero, the man who is the father of Maradona's grandson. He's the man who comes on. A late arrival with the squad, having played in the Spanish Cup final last Wednesday with Atletico Madrid. How long he stays there will be one to keep an eye on over the course of the summer months. Lots of links with a move away for him. And here he is straight away, Aguero. Up against Stalteri. Back onto his left foot for Aguero! What a terrific goal! Seconds after coming on. An inspired change from Maradona. Sublime skill and a wonderful finish. Argentina hit 5 here tonight. And it's the son-in-law of the coach who scores the 5th. His 8th goal for his country. On his 21st appearance. He was all alone here. One man to beat. Twists away beautifully well. And a really powerful and assured finish. Back onto his left foot, lovely jink. The balance was perfect, and the strike likewise. And it is raining goals in Buenos Aires. And Argentina heading for the World Cup finals in style. And even Lionel Messi can break out a smile. His chances will come in the World Cup proper. And it gets underway in just over 2 weeks' time. Just like Aguero, he's a player who hasn't really hit the heights in terms of international goal scoring. Certainly not compared to his wonderful exploits with Barcelona. Messi has just 13 goals in his 44 caps. He only scored 4 in the qualifying campaign. When you compare that to his astonishing 47 goals in 53 games for Barcelona last season, you can see that the Argentina fans demand slightly more. And Argentina's final outfield change now looks imminent, with Ariel Garche waiting to come on. Strange on there from Di Maria. Straight for Simpson. Good tackle by Burdisso, but here's to Rosario. There's almost a strike there, a frustration for Kanda. No effort on target in the entire game so far for them. And there'll be no great test for Argentina in terms of their World Cup preparations. Javier Pastore then the final man to come off here. Ariel Garce comes on, number 21. Only his 4th cap. And the real surprise in the final 23 for Argentina. Impressed in a recent friendly win here against Haiti at the start of May. He's 30 years of age. Seems as though his hopes of international football have passed him by, let alone a World Cup finals appearance, but here he is now, set to enter the biggest stage in a couple of weeks' time. I think that change will now allow Jonás Gutiérrez to push into more conventional right-wing position. Otamendi will slot over to right back with Garce alongside Burdisso in the centre of defence. He will be keen not to lose any further players to injury. And Maxi Rodriguez went off at the end of the first half. It seemed like an ankle knock. Heinze. Just saying, one of those players who's really been found out at this level this evening. Plays his club football with the Houston Dynamo. Johnson. Back went Gutierrez. There's Bolatti there, seemingly with a high foot, but not given by the referee. Lost by Aguero. Into the final quarter of an hour. Game firmly won by Argentina. How many more goals will they go for here? How much ambition left in the legs, or will they leave something in the tank now? As they head to Pretoria for the final days of their build-up for the World Cup. they've not been beyond the last 8 since 1990. Lost in the quarterfinals 4 years ago, and in 1998. Back in 2002, they lost in the group stage. It was their worst World Cup performance for some 40 years. And they were beaten in that tournament by England, the 1-0 win. David Beckham's penalty. They actually won their first match 8 years ago in that tournament against Nigeria, 1-0. And it will be a repeat fixture in the opening game 8 years on in Johannesburg. There's been plenty of mocking of Diego Maradona over the course of his 20 months in charge. A very turbulent time. This is exactly the sort of display he was hoping for this evening, to really build the optimism and the confidence again amongst the Argentinian public and the media in particular. He felt the full force of his fury at certain times over the past few weeks and months. But there's no doubting that Argentina are going to be a real force in South Africa. 5 goals this evening, coming without Lionel Messi, coming without Diego Milito. They're a team with goals right throughout the side. The first 3 this evening came from the midfield, from Rodriguez, who scored 2, and Di Maria, who scored the 3rd. It will be quite a conundrum for Maradona how he can try and accommodate all these forward players into the first 11. De Rosario is the player whose number was up there. It seems there may be a change of heart here for Kanda as they make this change. Wonder whether a contact lens might have gone here. Richard Hastings, who is the man who is wanting some sort of attention. Mentioned the first half he spent last season with Hamilton after he was released by Inverness a couple of years ago. Actually famously part of that Inverness team which beat Celtic in a Scottish Cup back in 2000. That provoked that wonderful headline. Super Cali go ballistic, Celtic are atrocious. He spent his entire pro career in Scotland. Moved to Britain when he was just 7. Won well over 50 caps for his country. But his 58th cap looks to be coming short here. This will be an international debut for Adam Straith, and who plays in Germany with Energy Cottbus, a 20-year-old. For the final 10 minutes here, and what a setting in which to make a debut. Out of 60,000 or so vociferous Argentinians. Here's Di Maria. And Gutierrez. 2 wingers combining. Juan Sebastian Veron, veteran of the World Cup all the way back in 1998. He was there in 2002 as well. Gutierrez. We're on again. He wasn't picked by Maradona when he first took over as the Argentine coach. And eventually, as the results went downhill, he went back to the old experienced head. As I mentioned earlier, it's his 70th cap tonight. And he will hope to move up towards 80 in the coming weeks. Mustn't be forgotten that Maradona used 38 players in his 8 qualifying games in charge. He's used over 100 in all his games in charge when you include his friendlies as well. And Clemente Rodriguez bursting on from left back. There has been plenty of chopping and changing, not just in terms of personnel but in terms of shape as well. Argentina began with a 4-4-2 here tonight. It's now morphed into more of a 4-1-3-2. But you imagine with a fit Lionel Messi, he will surely play just behind a front pairing. Who those front two are remains to be seen, with the likes of Aguero, Milito, Tevez and Higuaín all contesting for those 2 spots. Otamendi, Rodriguez, Veron. Tempo now fading out of the game. Can Argentina summon a 6th goal? Here's Veron. In towards Aguero. It's Di Maria. Again came inside there where the first time strike might have been on. He is all left foot. And you thought that left foot volley was imminent there. You saw in the first half how he did everything to avoid using his right with the goal he scored, and what a goal it was too. He used the extreme outside of his left foot to curl the ball home. On that occasion the space was quickly closed down. Good tackle by Otamendi. Di Maria once again. Early ball this time. Aguero, lovely control. Feeds Di Maria. Up towards Palermo. What a big chance that was. And what a big miss for Martin Palermo. And it seemed for all the world there that would be goal number 6 for Argentina. Stood up perfectly by Di Maria. See Palermo pulling away. Just didn't seem to get off the ground. He's a player who's wonderfully renowned for his heading. Some of you may have seen on YouTube a goal he scored a few years back with his head from over 40 yards. And from 2 yards there, he missed from point-blank range. Palermo, man who's been brought back out of the international wilderness. He's scored well over 200 goals in the Argentine First Division down the years. And plays with Boca Juniors. He had this fine season which has enabled him to get his chance again in the national setup. Here's Simeon Jackson. This time last year he was scoring the winner in the League Two playoff final for Gillingham against Shrewsbury. A very different setting this evening. Veron. Away by Gasset. Di Rosario. Otamendi went to ground. Neat down by Johnson. Stalteri. Just too short now of becoming Canada's all-time leading caps holder. And Canada go to Venezuela at the weekend. Second in this batch of friendlies. Their minds now firmly on the World Cup in 2014. The rebuilding process has begun under Stephen Hart. And they've not been to the World Cup final since 1986. That time they were led by an Englishman, Tony Waiters. Former goalkeeper with Blackpool and Burnley. 86, of course, was when the world was wowed by Diego Maradona. Such a controversial figure, always in the headlines. And that's set to be the case for the next 6 weeks or so. Win or lose for Argentina in South Africa. Here's the man who scored those 2 fabulous goals in the Bernabeu 2 days ago. Diego Milito, part of his outstanding season for Inter. He scored as well in the Coppa Italia final and the final Serie A game of the season away at Siena. Wonderful return for him after his big money move from Genoa last summer. It remains to be seen whether his exploits in Italy will have to force his way into the Argentinian starting 11 against Nigeria. Clemente Rodriguez. Given away there by Veron. Don't think we'll see too much by way of stoppage time here this evening. The party will be in full swing in Buenos Aires tonight. Here's a bank holiday. And they've seen their team here trounce Canada with 5 goals, and it could have been many, many more. Here's Di Maria, it could yet be more. Palermo, Rodriguez, Palermo again, just behind Di Maria. Palermo went for goal. Not with the same outcome there as his younger compatriot. Similar sort of range with the outside of the left foot. This is Johnson, and Kwiatkowski. He's been much maligned over the past few months. And a 5-0 scoreline is one that few can argue with here this evening. Here's Chela. Colati. Rodriguez. Di Maria. Argentina 8-1 to lift the World Cup. 4th favourites behind Spain, Brazil and England. And it looks set to be a force to be reckoned with. Remember, they're in Group B along with Nigeria, Greece and South Korea. And they could yet add to their 2 wins in the World Cup finals. Well, there goes the final whistle, and the 2 times world champions will head to South Africa and their 15th World Cup finals on the back of a 5-0 win over Canada 2 goals from Maxi Rodriguez, 1 from Angel Di Maria, 1 from Carlos Tevez, and 1 from Sergio Aguero. And now the quest begins for that first World Cup success in 24 years. From Buenos Aires on ESPN tonight, it's goodbye for now.